The body of Jeremy Bowles was found this morning on a patch of wasteland in the East End at about 6:30 a.m., 5 days after he was reported missing. An autopsy will be conducted tomorrow to determine the exact cause of death, but going from first indications, it would seem that he drowned. The state in which the body was found suggests the methodology of the origami killer.
Hey Tech TV, this is Tony here. We're here in the Odessa Club in Dublin where Sony are bringing us through the Talk a Good Game event. Basically they're bringing in special game individuals to talk about upcoming games on the PlayStation 3. Tonight we've got Guillaume Dufond-Dumier from Quantic Dreams who's going to go through HeavyRain with us. In the early development stages of the game, there was a lot of talk surrounding the uncanny valley. How did you overcome this phenomenon?
I'm not sure if we overcame the uncanny valley. I think we've made quite a few steps in the right direction. When we developed the casting back in 2006, we understood that to create believable characters, you needed a good script, a great actress, technology to capture the performance in the right way, and also a number of techniques and tools, technologies, to create CG characters that would look realistic, shaders, being able to replicate wrinkles, and all of that would enable the creation of true virtual actors. We've worked quite a lot in creating the interface, the graphical interface for HeavyRain. It was very important to us that we had an interface that was as integrated into the set as possible. We didn't want it to be a barrier between the player and the game. So yeah, we went through a number of tests and versions, and we're still refining it actually as we speak. But I think we've came up with something that's efficient, so you actually understand what actions you have to be done. It's in we call it 2D and a half. So it's really perfectly integrated, and you know, it's not disturbing in any way. And we also got rid of the inventory. This was something very important to us. We didn't want at any time the player to go out of the game.
Yeah.
We wanted them to be always in contact with the set, with the characters. I think what we are most proud of is probably the story.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of David. He did a great job. And no, I think we've worked hard on the story, and it's. I can't think of a game in which the story is so meaningful, in which there is so much depth, and a video game where themes, as those we have, are touched upon. And I'm very proud of this because I hope it's going to be a landmark title in terms of narration, at least. So that's what I'm most proud of. The other thing is probably the characters, and yeah, I think we made quite a lot of progress, and we worked a lot, and the team came up with techniques, technologies, and that are quite exceptional. I think it's extremely important, whether you write a movie or even a book, to have characters that are believable. And to create believable characters, you need backstories. You need yourself as the game writer, the script writer. You need to know your character. And I must say, David is an auteur that really works like this. He really starts by fleshing out his characters. He's giving them backstories. And then those backstories just flow into the story. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not that you have to tell the gamer, you know, to go through 10 scenes before you understand who this character is. No, it's we go through a process with the player of presenting the character and his environment, things like that. But a lot of the backstories that David wrote, actually, you get to know those elements, and in the middle of the game, or I think, you know, but once he has all this material, he can use this and you know, decide to put this kind of statue, for instance, in his apartment, or this kind of painting, or to have this friend come at a particular moment in the game, and he knows his characters.
Mm-hmm. Graphically, the game looks amazing. In terms of percentage, how much do you think you've pushed the PS3, and kind of what sort of level do you think the PS3 can go to from where you've pushed it to?
I think this is a very difficult question to answer, because I can only give you an answer at a given moment. And we've seen in the past, there are many examples, that developers at the beginning of a cycle are capable of reaching a certain, to tap into a certain capacity of the power of a given console. So I'm certain that in 5 years' time, we'll look back and say, this, what we've achieved that in 2009 or 2010 was nothing compared to what we can achieve today. Mm-hmm. But there's still quite a lot to be done on this machine, and I think in 5 years' time, we'll create games that will even look better and tap even more so into the power of the PlayStation 3. I don't know exactly how many endings there are, but since I'm always asked this question, I think I should know the answer soon. But I think that's not so important, actually. I think what's more interesting, more important, is the fact that you really have different journeys. So you have maybe 15, 20 different endings in the game, but you really have different threads, really different journeys. And so it's I couldn't even answer less how many journeys there are, but I think what is interesting is there are enough for people to play, have their own personal experience, and talk about it with their friends.
Yeah, so me and my friends really should never have the same experience playing the game. The chances of us having the same experience aren't very high.
Very honestly, very low.
Okay.